9:30, and you're watching Sketchy live. You made it. You found it.
Hopefully you can hear us.
Hopefully you can hear it. This is, I think, one of the longest sketching live shows on the internet.
Probably.
We're going to claim it. So you're watching the longest sketching show on the internet with John Jalopy and ity-B. Tonight, we head down memory lane to a place in Los Angeles County where two brave firemen handle some business.
Business.
What could it be? Sketchy Live. Oh, is there more music?
No, there is not. Guys, welcome to Sketchy Live.
That song always just made me so pumped up because I knew some danger was about to happen. Guys, we're Sketchy Live. This is Sketchy Live. You made it. It's Monday. Tonight, we are, again, like I said, we're heading to Los Angeles County in a prideful fire department or fire station known as Station 51.
51.
51. There's a lot of that. And then we will be drawing tonight my favorite fire truck of all time from my favorite show of all time. This is in my top 10 favorite shows as a kid. There was Batman and Emergency, and they battled for number one, to be honest. I probably watched, God, I don't know. That was pretty...
You know what would have been cool? A crossover.
Well, here's the thing. I want to say maybe in the Super Friends it might have been. But, yeah, so we're going to draw tonight. We're going to draw the truck from Emergency, the Squad 51.
Which is a fire truck.
That is the fire truck. That is the rescue.
I know nothing about that. I've never watched
that. That is
show.
The rescue squad from Station 51.
Did they have Dalmatians?
No.
It was a firehouse.
They had a dog.
Not a Dalmatian?
I want to say it might have been even the dog might have come over from one of the old TV shows. Like I want to say it was like Benji or something.
Hey, he was out of work after Benji.
I'm not kidding. I think it was Benji. But
Watch
anyways,
your coaster.
Okay, can you go to show the screen?
Yes, I'm going to show the screen right now.
Okay, there it is. Where the Emergency Squad 51. Here's our pre-draw. We've got the cool squad. I've, took a little liberty and we've slammed it a little bit. I might even throw I don't know. I might put a big engine in it. I don't know.
We don't know. We'll see where this one goes.
It all depends upon what our driver of the squad really wants. And, of course, the most important cast member of all time. Can you guess his name?
No.
Oh, well, there's two that ride up in the front of this car, the truck.
The drivers are the ones that are the big deal? I thought it was the actual firefighters that were the big deal.
The fire department was not even a big deal.
What'd the driver do?
Squad 51. Roy DeSoto was the name of the driver of the Squad 51. He drove most of the time. But his faithful partner, the one who did most of the legwork, Johnny Gage. I mean, Johnny Gage, Squad 51. Yeah. John Jalopy.
Get to drawing.
There's a little bit of a connection there.
Let me tell you who we've got on tonight. From what I'm seeing, our sound is much better this week.
Okay.
We did upgrade our connection.
Our internet connection.
This past week, so thank you.
So we're Hoping for the
Alrighty.
best.
We've got Lizzie Daughtry joining us from Dade City. Hello, you two. Welcome, Lizzie. Brian Jones joining us. Hello from Powder Springs, Georgia.
Georgia.
Paul Mazziani is joining us as well.
Nice.
He invited us down to Bradenton Motorsports Park this
Yes,
past weekend. We weren't able to go.
We were not able to go.
Fun stuff going on down there, guys, though.
We will make it down there eventually.
If you have a moment, it's longer than a moment.
I gotta turn you. I can hear you echoing in my ear.
I already turned you down. Old School's Garage is joining us. That's Mike Ferrucci. Good sketchy evening from a cool and foggy 61 degrees here in Homosassa.
Faggy,
Lizzie Daughtry is saying Wednesday night is auction night over on her YouTube channel. She's got some cool resin jewelry. Go check it out at Ms. Butterfree 34. David Conley is joining us, longtime follower, first-time watcher.
Well, we are glad you're here.
Welcome. Yeah, you're in for a treat tonight. This is, again, we were thinking, spitballing ideas on what he could draw tonight because he didn't have anything planned.
Long day today. We're in the holiday season for me, so
it's a tough time of year.
It is not a lot of extra time.
But I had made one recommendation, and he was like, "Nope, I'm going to do this." And I love that he's doing this because he talks about this show all the time.
Come on, I got the gear.
When did you even buy that?
We bought that. I think I ordered it online.
Probably. I don't think I was in on the purchase.
It doesn't fit really well. So.
That's okay. You're sitting down. No one can see.
That's the good news.
Robert Spear is joining us. Hi, y'all.
What's going on?
Robert Spear, one of the co-hosts, or one of the main hosts. Would you say
co-host?
You're a co-host of the Bantha Milk podcast,
a Star Wars
all
podcast,
things
yes.
Star Wars. So
great
check
podcast.
that out.
I think they just uploaded a new episode, so you're going to want to skip on over there. Not right now, of course, but head on over when you get a chance.
Check it out.
Great podcast about Star Wars.
Lizzie said you guys sound so much better than last week. Yes.
Excellent. We're hoping that our increased internet speed.
Bandwidth.
Yeah, banthawidth.
Banthawidth.
Yeah, we crushed up a couple banthas, and they're on a treadmill right now. Get to work, boys.
Yeah. We've been giving them milk.
Yeah. I gotta call bullshit on Robert's deal. They don't like milk at all. We've given them gallons of milk, and they just look at us like...
On the podcast?
I was trying to tell a joke, and you couldn't go along with me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The fake banthas that we have on a treadmill running our internet. Did you not hear the setup?
Yes, but I don't know what a bantha is.
We're feeding it... Oh, my goodness.
I don't watch...
Do you know what a lightsaber is?
Yes.
And it's not a life-saver.
I know.
Okay. And it's a what? That's how you would describe it?
Yes. It's a stick of
butter.
Hurt.
It's a stick of hurt?
A stick of hurt. Robert Spears said the sound is great. We've got Barry Belaine joining us. Loved that show. Hello from Dayton, Ohio.
Right?
Welcome.
Okay, so we gotta get the talking going.
Yes.
I mean, as we go along, you gotta share your favorite episode. I'll try to remember. Every episode was my favorite. We'll have to name some of the characters. Of course, we've already talked about our two faithful heroes of the show. A one Roy DeSoto, who is the driver of the truck.
I'm going to read some fun facts here in a minute.
And of course, the most important person,
Johnny Gage.
Partially Native American as well. Shares that as well.
Oh.
Johnny Gage. A1 Robert Mantooth.
Was that his name?
That's his name.
Okay. Chris and Chrissy Walker. Gage was badassness.
Yes, he was.
They're digging
fearless.
Lizzie said, loved Emergency, watched it all the time. Why have I never seen this show?
Such a great show. And it's a medical show. I thought you would have been down.
Back in the day, I don't know if I was all about...
Ringer's Lactate. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Matt Bunce is joining us. Hello, everyone. Welcome. David Conley said, I used to have an ambulance from the show. What?
No way.
Like real life size? Lizzie said screensaver for sure. So she's already predicting this one's going to come out cool. So,
and I've already spit on the screen.
Chris and Chrissy Walker said Gage wasn't it. They're from Decatur, Tennessee.
Okay.
Welcome. Lizzie said Randolph Mantooth and Kevin Teague. Wesley Wilkerson is joining us. I choose a 2009 Challenger RT for tonight's subject. We already have a design on board.
It'll come. Just hang with us. 5 years we've been doing this now. We've done quite a few cars.
We have done quite a few. And you never know. Johnny's been on this kick lately where he's surfing all of your profiles and checking out your rides.
You may have your vehicle drawn.
You may have your vehicle drawn live. And
that's been something I've been...
He doesn't always tell you ahead of time. He may give you a heads up about 10 minutes before the show. But yeah. And if we do, then we'll obviously send you one.
Maybe.
So.
Just
we
kidding.
Would. Matt Williams is joining us. Hello, 26 degrees in Idaho. Yikes. A little chilly. Roger Webb Sr. joining us. Love watching from Morocco, Indiana.
Oh, well, nice.
Wesley says, nice internet connection. I like it. I'm glad you can hear us.
Yeah. Last week was horrible.
It was. Mama Wood and Tim are on with us tonight.
Hello, me mom.
She says, Mama loves you, my babies.
I love you too, Mom.
When she says my babies, she's not just referring to us.
She's not.
She loves all of you guys.
She's talking to all of you, to be honest.
Robert Kleska's joining us. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show.
My mom can speak to this TV show because she watched many, many hours of Emergency with me.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't always think on purpose, but
if it was happened to be in the room,
if it was on, Johnny was watching it.
Yeah.
So again, this is my top.
Did you go as far as like getting VCR tapes that you could rewatch? Did they have that?
No, I want every opportunity. Listen, even as I was in high school, it played. In fact, for a while, that became a ritual with me and my dad. As we'd watch Emergency, a couple episodes of Emergency would show, and then Chips would come on right after.
I watched Chips.
Double block of an awesome show and then a pretty okay show. And there was a Ponch and John, and there was some connections there. But you know what?
Did they cross over between Emergency and Chips?
Maybe it might have happened. It might have happened.
If you know of an episode where that happened, let me know.
I
love the crossover.
What I'm super excited about, that I also, in high school, got to visit the most of the stage shots of them in the firehouse were at the Universal Studios firehouse. Was actually
that was probably a
the emergency
moment
fire truck where they would film the interior shots. They didn't go on location to the exterior shots that they would take, like the B-roll stuff that you would see in the beginning of the show. From what I understand, all the main shots were done on Universal's lot at the Universal Fire Station, which was where Squad 51 in the big engine 51
Look at you.
I know. I just love this show.
You're so funny. You're like a kid in a candy store. Is so funny. Robert Spears laughing at our bantha with, and he said, lightsaber official definition, a stick of hurt.
Yeah.
He says, I remember Emergency. It was almost as good as BJ McCoy and his best. Oh, McKay?
BJ McKay and his best friend Bear. Yes, I did always watch BJ and the Bear as well. That was also on there.
I know BJ and the Bear.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
I'm sure you did.
But the bear was a dog.
The bear was a monkey.
Oh!
Well, it was a chimp. It was a chimpanzee. Here we go. We knew we would eventually find our next Smokey and the Bandit
plot
dissection, where it's BJ McKay is this guy who just wanders and then finds this dog who he calls Bear.
Who had a dog named Bear?
I don't know.
What was the dog named in the big truck that we did, Smokey and the Bandit? What was his?
Fred.
The dog's name was Fred?
Yeah.
Snowman's dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
Still haven't figured that movie out yet. We've only watched it a few times to hopefully get her to kind of, okay, it's not Sissy Spacek.
Oh my God.
Or Tom Selleck.
So why would they have to? It just throws you off. You don't name it Bear and have it be a chimp.
That was the funny.
BJ and the chimp, it should have been.
BJ McKay and his best friend, Bear.
Andrew Newman is joining us. Big John, good day, buddy. He is joining us from YouTube. Side note, we are streaming live
We are
on
streaming live.
Johnny's personal Facebook page, our Johnny Jalopy Art Facebook page, and on YouTube, our YouTube channel, also live. Thank you for the viewership over there. We've had quite a few looks, quite a few
Yes.
likes and subscribes
Got
over
some new
there. So
subscribers
super
this
excited.
week. Yep, we're super excited. Soup excited.
Soup. Frank Pupello's joining us. Hi, Johnny and Itty, watching you from the Celebrity Cruise Ship Beyond on the way to Cozumel.
What are you doing?
Have a great Sketchy. Take us with you, Frank. Oh my God.
Well, listen, that's dedication.
Is it?
Yeah. Would we have ever thought of watching ourselves if we were on a cruise
We would
ship?
have never paid for
Yeah,
the Wi-Fi access.
Maybe there's free Wi-Fi now.
Or maybe he just took off. Well, no, it's 9:45. They usually take off at about 4. He's at sea. We're talking like in the midst of deck party right now.
Yeah,
Why are they not out there?
What are you doing?
Frank, what are you doing?
We appreciate it and all.
We do.
I mean, listen, the Sketchy Live is funny. But it's not miss a deck party funny.
It isn't miss a food deck party.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Food is amazing. Mike Ferrucci says we had a good turnout at the Napa Saturday. Wish you guys could have been there.
Yeah,
I know.
Sorry.
I know. I had a thing, and you were doing something.
Working. But then we went to we watched our buddies in the band.
Yes.
Altar, which was great.
We did go up to Spring Hill Saturday night.
Represent some great bandmates.
Yes.
Even though I'm not in the band.
And they don't really know us.
They don't.
We're groupies.
Nick, speak for yourself.
Nick DeSalvio is joining us. Don't listen to Rob. I hear he takes death sticks. Always drinking that blue milk. Yeah, Kevin Johnson's joining us from Hud West. Welcome, Hudson, Wisconsin, in the house. Kevin Johnson.
By the way, I'd like to just throw something out there. We just got information that there is a new. They are working currently on a new.
This is true.
Awesome version of this Sketchable app. So some great things if you're a fan of the app that I've been using. New stuff on the way. Super exciting. I can't really tell you much because it's all in the super test phase. And I can only say that because I've been asked as one of the people to help test.
Yes.
Boom!
Great.
So I'm excited about that. Sketchable, a great app. And I love this app. It's a great app. So exciting that they're doing some upgrades and some changes.
Making
and
some
stuff
changes.
Like that. So
good things to come. So
all
of you art people.
Yeah. New stuff coming. If you enjoy what you see on this particular thing, there's new stuff coming.
Indeed.
But I will tell you, it's worth grabbing this app because it's fun and a good time.
And if you're wanting to get started on this one because it's going to be, I'm sure the changes will be slight. They're not going to remanipulate the entire program.
I will tell you, there's some pretty cool already just from opening it up and again, this is in the beta phase, but just opening it up and looking at it, pretty cool.
Cool.
So
cool things to come.
Check out Sketchable app. Not that we're sponsored, but I am a
Sketchable artisan.
So it is. I guess that's kind of being sponsored.
It is. We've got Joe Lombardo joining us. Hello, guys from Jersey. Dirty Jersey.
Is that what he said?
No.
That's what you said.
That's what people say.
Oh.
Dirty Jersey.
Okay.
Lane Kelton is joining us. Hey, Lane from Alabama.
Why did you say it with an accent like that?
I don't know. By the way, there were some weather patterns that came through, and I'm just praying that everybody is okay. Seeing as though you're on the broadcast, I'm sure you're okay. And I heard from Draco today, so I know he's okay. But Alabama, Georgia, some areas were affected last week, so praying everyone's good. We've got Howard Pierpont joining us.
Mr.
69 and clear, dark, Mineola, Texas. So he's in Texas. Texas tonight. Always moving around.
He's a mover and a shaker, that Howard Pierpont.
He said, excitement in Mineola mail today. Hobo's Hot Rod Garage shirt showed up, and I got tuckered out, took a nap, and missed the opening. Oh.
No. Yeah, placed my order for one.
Fun.
So I'm looking forward to getting my Hobo's Hot Rod Garage shirt.
Great.
Yeah.
Add it to the collection.
Yeah.
Bob McLaren is joining us. Hey, all from the 51st state, which happens to be southern New Jersey.
It's not Alaska.
No. Robert Spears said, I just checked my cable and you can watch Emergency on a channel called FETV at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
I have no idea what FETV is, but you can watch it now.
It's fun TV.
FE, maybe it's Iron TV?
Is that what iron is?
Yeah.
Well, look at you, periodic tables.
Right?
How'd you remember that?
I know a lot of my periodic table elements.
Just not
the elements.
Who Roy DeSoto is.
Pretty much.
So I guess you don't know Star Power.
No.
By the way, Roy DeSoto also went on to play the bar owner in Roadhouse.
Oh, that I know. I know him. I've seen Roadhouse.
That's Roy DeSoto.
Oh. And what did he play in this one?
He played Roy DeSoto.
Oh. Oh, the character's name is Roy DeSoto.
Yeah, his name isn't Roy DeSoto.
Oh, okay.
We covered that. That's
I'm going to
Mr. Teague.
Oh, that's Teague.
Yeah, with the mohawk. I played it a fool.
It's not. Joe Lombardo said, ity-B, you kill me. Yeah.
She does, right?
I kill this one too. Lane said it's good here, just wet and cool. Very good. Glad to hear. Ivan Aceves is joining us. Saludos desde Mexico.
Hey,
Mexico.
What's going on, man?
En la casa. Welcome.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me read.
Thanks for stopping by.
Indeed. I'm going to read some fun facts.
Read some fun facts.
I'm on Wikipedia.
Other great cast members.
Let's see if it gives me the cast members.
Start quizzing me, maybe.
It said
how bad I can do.
And it's not just emergency; it's emergency exclamation point.
That's right, emergency.
Right, is an American action adventure medical drama. So this was like
there was
ER before.
No, better.
Was there love stuff going on?
Of course.
So it was like
love,
ER,
drama, comedy.
It was
action.
Like, were there ambulance people as well? Was it like all EMT stuff?
No.
Okay.
The EMTs, they were rescuers. The squad was what you call EMTs now.
Okay. So it was a television series jointly produced by blah, blah, blah. We don't care. Okay. Debuting on NBC as a mid-season replacement, 1972, and there were a total of 122 episodes until May 28th of 77. So only a 5-year, 4-month span.
Yes, but
122 episodes.
Amazing episodes. Amazing episodes.
And then it says with 6 additional 2-hour television films during the next 2 years. Did you see the films?
I'm sure I did.
You can't remember the films. Okay. The series stars Randolph Mantooth and Kevin Teague as 2 rescuers who work as paramedics and firefighters, so it was double duty.
Because they worked in a firehouse.
But they were in the firehouse, not in an ambulance.
So at times the squad, as we know EMTs today, that they show up and there's the ambulance and they're the people that come in and they do first aid or they do life-saving stuff. In this time, ambulance drivers just picked people up and took them to the hospital.
Oh, really?
The emergency squads were a section of the fire station that when someone was drowning in a pool, they'd call them. They were stuck on a mountain, they'd call them.
Stuck in a tree.
Cat stuck in a tree. Guy got car over the cliff, got climbed on the cliff. These guys were rescued.
It just seems to me that it would be excessive to waste the gas in a fire engine and carrying all that water and then 10 people.
This has water in it. It's a rescue squad.
Oh, I thought it was a fire engine.
It's a rescue squad.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense.
Did you hear me tell you there's the fire engine 51.
Okay.
That was the one that would and really they didn't carry much water. They'd hook to the hydrants.
Okay.
But they had onboard water. And then there was the squad, which was the Squad 51. Squad 51 was fire rescue, life-saving.
Okay.
Yes. Johnny wanted to be that when he grew up.
The duo formed Squad 51, a medical and rescue unit. How did I just kept reading?
Yeah, words are hard.
Words are hard. of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, working together with the fictional Rampart General Hospital medical staff, portrayed by Robert Fuller, Julie London, and Bobby Troop.
Right.
And with the firefighter engine company at Station 51. So they were all combined.
Let me see if I can remember their names now. So the nurse was Nurse Dixie, and then it was Dr. McCoy, and now I'm blanking. What was the old guy's name? They were the two main doctors. Does it say?
Not on this page. I'm still reading.
It's got a character.
We'll come back. We'll come back to cast. John Chafin is joining us. Welcome, John.
Maybe Johnny cheats.
Kevin Johnson said, remember the episode where they responded to a boy with severe stomach pain, and it turned out he ate a bunch of cookie dough and his tummy was rising. How silly. I had a similar situation with a daughter of mine.
I was going to say, that just happened to you.
It did happen to me yesterday. Robert Spears said, on several episodes, a Ford ambulance arrives at the scene, yet when it pulls up to Rampart, the ambulance is a Chevy.
Okay, listen, this also happened with the emergency truck, too. So there was probably 2 or 3 different, because it was a Dodge truck that they used for the emergency squad. And it happened with the fire engine, too, where there were some episodes where, again, B-roll was showing, and it was the old engine from, like, first season 1, and then, like, season 2, they got much better vehicles.
So they weren't into details.
So then they got, well, they did, but it would be, like, long shots, so you didn't really see, nobody that really, unless you really knew and you were a fan of this stuff, you weren't paying attention to that. But
I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have seen it.
Right. So for you, they were just like, oh, sure, it's a red truck. It's a fire engine. Why would they drive all that way and carry all that water?
Matt Williams said John Travolta appeared on an episode before he got well known.
Yeah, he was the boy in the bubble, I think.
There was a whole show about that.
I'm just kidding.
Was he the boy in the bubble?
He was in a movie, The Boy in the Bubble.
That was him. Oh, I didn't realize he was the actor. Oh.
Yeah.
Good. Bob McLaren said that Kirstie Alley died today. Oh.
Was she an emergency?
Kirstie Alley from Cheers.
Oh.
Right? Wasn't she from Cheers?
I was being a jerk.
That's sad.
I was being mean right there.
You were?
Yeah, I was like, oh, is she affiliated with Emergency? Then I don't care. But I don't mean that.
You're not a fan?
Kirstie Alley, of course.
It's not convincing. That is not right.
What do you mean?
She was only like 70.
Oh, true.
That's not much older than us.
Well, some of us.
Some of us.
In the room.
Emergency was created and produced by Jack Webb and Robert Senator, who had also created the police dramas Adam 12 and Dragnet. Right.
Third favorite TV show, Adam 12. As a kid, it was Emergency, Adam 12. It really wasn't the list.
What
it was
Batman, with the Adam and the Mary?
What do you mean?
Adam, Mary, 12. Or what they would say. That would be like their call.
It's Mary 3 and 5 for chips, but it was really asking. Yeah, I know their calls.
You're such a dork. Oh my god.
Squad 51, KMG 365. I also know that part, which is the call sign as you're leaving the station. But literally,
who's keeping up? Oh my god. That's so funny. Joe Lombardo said John Travolta was the third most famous Jerseyite after ity-B and myself. Yeah, I'm sure. Because Springsteen wasn't in there at all.
Yeah. He was too political.
Bob McLaren said 71 she was. Cancer.
Cancer. Dang it.
Lizzie said Randy still watches Adam 12, so they must be still...
No, they still play. I was just watching Chips and Knight Rider on my lunch break the other day.
Fun news. We have gotten rid of our cable.
Yes. That is fun news.
With our internet upgrade, we were like, okay.
What a good time.
Let's get better internet and get rid of our cable. Well, no, we've been talking about getting rid of cable. So we're streaming now. I think we discussed this last week because you yelled at me for sharing the information. But in the streaming, though, we have access to like all these old shows, like on Peacock and Hulu and like all the stuff that I never watched before because I was watching cable. there's all these other shows from back in the day.
I just feel bad because your childhood was really so boring.
Leave it.
You didn't get to watch any good stuff.
Yes, I did.
Archie Bunker. I mean, you got forced to watch what your dad watched.
I loved Archie Bunker.
I watched what my folks
watched.
I'm
who I am today because of Archie Bunker.
That's what we're talking about. I don't know if I'd really.
I wouldn't be proud. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Robert Spears said the radio call sign KMG365, which is said whenever Station 51 is responding. Right. Is it KMG 365 or 365? Okay. Is responding to a call is still a valid FCC call sign. Absolutely. Licensed to the LA County Fire Department. Mm-hmm. It appears on the station patches for the crew at Station 127, which was used at the filming location for Station 51.
Yeah, so that was one where they took the exterior shots. They did some interior stuff, but from what I understand, a lot of the main close-up stuff of like the truck and inside what they do like firehouse stuff was all filmed at Universal Studios in Hollywood.
Fun.
Which when I heard that, I was like, every time it was really cool. Every time you went to the starting in the back lot, that was like where you come down the ramp and you're heading to the back lot. The first turn you make is right past the fire station. So every time I went, I was like, "There's the fire here."
You didn't have cell phones back then. You couldn't take pictures.
Right here, baby.
Right there. Oh, I know. It said the series aired at a time when ambulance coverage in the United States was rapidly expanding and changing, and the role of paramedic was emerging as a profession.
Yes.
And is credited with popularizing the concepts of EMS and paramedics in American society, and even inspiring other states and municipalities to expand the service.
So in the first episode, I believe it was that both Roy and Johnny Gage just got out of Vietnam, I think. So they had medical training, but they weren't like doctors. They had medical training. And I think they might have been affiliated with the fire department, but they were starting this new program to where they'd have smaller units they were rescue, fire, the whole thing. If I remember right, I think that was the first episode of how it went down.
This says nearly 30 years after Emergency debuted, the Smithsonian Institute accepted emergency memorabilia into its National Museum of American History.
As it should.
How nuts. I didn't realize it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The vehicles of Station 51 are a part of the collection of the LA County Fire Museum. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Joe Lombardo said Bruce was fifth after Sinatra. I didn't realize Sinatra was from New Jersey. I thought he was a New Yorker, hence all of his New York tunes. Heather Myers is joining us from the Myers Group.
The Myers Group.
Hi, guys. Happy holidays. I watched this show after school, and I think it was in reruns at the time because I'm a 74 model, but I do watch it at night on FETV now. So she's getting FETV.
I'm going to have...
We're going to have to look it up.
I got to admit, I do have all the seasons on DVD, but...
Do you?
Yeah, I've had them.
Where are they?
I put away.
Hidden in the junk piles. Matt Williams said Bob from Sesame Street also died. Oh. You're more upset about Bob from Sesame Street
than Kirstie Alley?
I liked Kirstie Alley.
I mean, other than Cheers.
And her one little thing on Doug and Carrie, the Heffernans.
Yeah, but she was...
Sinatra was from Hoboken, Joe said. Oh.
Yeah. Hoboken.
I didn't realize. I thought he was...
you think you would know your history?
I thought he was a New Yorker. So the cast was set at the fictional Fire Station 51 of the LA County Fire Department, where one fire engine and the paramedic rescue squad are stationed. The series focuses on two young firefighter paramedics, young and immature, John Roderick, Johnny Gage, and who was played by Randolph Mantooth, who was always unlucky in love, and the more mature family man, Roy DeSoto, who crew the rescue squad 51, and in addition to providing emergency medical care, performed technical rescues such as vehicle extrication.
Yeah, it was cool. That was like where you first, as a regular Joe, got to see like the jaws of life getting used. I mean, that was really neat to see all the technical stuff that they were using, and they were showing how they were rescuing people. I mean, there was a lot of where you're like, But you'd see them where they're, putting on the climbing gear and they're going up to these big tall towers, and it was always, or it was just crazy. I mean, they were the first guys in too. Like they'd send them in, especially if there were people trapped. The fire guys were outside hosing the building down, and John and Roy would head into the building, oxygen tanks and all, stuff falling on them.
I have never seen an actual fire. Shut up. I've seen fire. I'm saying like in the wild. I'm saying like a building on fire. Swallow already.
I've never Chuck, I've never seen fire.
Call him the slee stack.
I never seen fire in the wild.
You know what I mean.
I'm used to domesticating fire.
We call them in the insurance business. We call them a friendly fire.
Oh God!
I've seen friendly fires.
So we're out camping and we light a fire. Ooh, never seen that before. Every time fire impressed Beth.
I'm talking
Are you
about
part cave woman?
Shut up. I'm talking about it. I have not seen an unfriendly fire. That's what it's called. They know what I mean.
That's actually in the the rescue training. You walk up to the building and you go. Are you friendly fire?
Friend or foe?
We're friendly. Come on in.
Oh my God.
We only fight friendly fire.
I can't see. Oh
my God. Oh, you're killing me.
Have you seen a fire? Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
I have seen fire. You're killing me.
My stomach.
Go on us. Why are you not on us?
Oh my God. They can see us.
Get on us.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
You're just going to see tears dripping down my face.
Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, I implore you.
Oh my God.
You just learned a valuable lesson. Kids, all you kids out there, when approaching a fire, the first steps are always to ask, are you friendly or unfriendly?
You know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
There are two kinds of fire. One,
only two kinds of fire.
I'm telling you, from an insurance
from
perspective,
a scientific perspective,
there is a friendly fire, which would be a campfire, or you're cooking on the stove.
Some marshmallows on me.
You're cooking on a stove. An unfriendly fire is one that you don't plan to start. It is unintentional and started by a hazard or a peril.
Would that be an unfriendly hazard or a friendly hazard?
There aren't friendly hazards.
Oh.
They're all unfriendly hazards.
See, kids, that's good to know. You learned something else. All hazards unfriendly.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
So, I'm saying,
me never seen fire.
We're going to skip the fire episode. I have witnessed 2 very serious accidents, though.
Okay. Were they friendly accidents?
No. I was living in Tucson, and I came up around the very mountainous area where we lived. I was coming up around the bend, and I saw smoke ahead of me. It was not a fire. I saw smoke. And when I got up to the top of the hill, a car had flipped.
Oh.
Immediately.
Did it catch on fire?
I jumped out of the car to assist. Like, I was like, I want to be an AMT at this moment.
Oh, I see where this is all headed to. I've never seen fire before, but I've saved a life I got you.
I didn't save a life, but I did respond, and I never thought I would. So the people were fine. The car had flipped, but they had their seatbelts on and they were okay. And it was like a truck, or it might have been a Jeep or something like that.
Well,
so there was a little bit of a
description of the vehicle.
a little bit of a roll bar type situation, so they weren't crushed or anything. And then, like, as soon as I got out to help, other people had come, and I kind of stepped back because clearly I didn't know what I was doing.
And the next thing you know, this fire was like around the corner. It was like, what the heck, man?
It was not a friendly fire.
Totally gonna start a fire here.
And then, right here in town on Highway 41, I was driving one morning, and I passed an accident where the person had been abdominally severed. And I had never seen anything like that. It haunts me to this day. It was just a very, very vivid picture. So that was scary, and I just prayed the whole way to where I was going that the person was okay. But
I have also witnessed and come upon on the freeway a vehicle flipped over and pulled people out of the car.
Was it on fire?
No. It was smoking.
It was.
Yep.
Camels.
The guys were super drunk. They didn't even realize they had hit the embankment, and the car went right over. Anyways.
It's no joke. What it showed me is how frail the human body really is. I mean, you know, we watch funny videos where people are falling, or they fall a certain way, or like their leg turns the total opposite way. I mean, and you know, we laugh because it's on little funny websites and stuff, and I'm sure that person was like in major pain when it happened. But just to see how frail the body is, I mean, we can really get severely hurt by doing stupid stuff.
Yes, we can. In many episodes of Emergency, that very thing happened.
Yeah. Robert Spears said during the show's run, it was credited with actually saving lives. There were many news reports over the years of children and adults saving people using techniques demonstrated in the series.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about it, is there was a lot of things that they would do, techniques, and they would talk about different stuff pretty vividly. Yeah.
Well,
that's why I love the show. So it was very realistic, even though it was. You know, and even as you got into the scenes at the hospital, when they got there, there was no fooling around. And then it was jokes after, you know, they got the guy in there and they're trying to figure out what's going on, unless it was some kind of crazy thing.
That was the drama part of it. Very serious.
Yeah. Well, the serious part too, which was very interesting, is so as the emergency crew, Johnny and Roy, would get to the scene, again, they didn't have. This was in these times where EMTs today have, I think they have authorization to do a lot of procedural stuff, tracheas and different stuff like that. These guys had none. So that was the whole point of the show too, is the first contacts radioing back to Rampart General and letting them know the vital signs, what was going on. The doctors would look at EKG and go, okay, here's what I want you to do to stabilize them. Give them this much this, this much that, you know, 2 ounces of Ringer's lactate, heavy push kind of thing, and then they would you know, do that kind of stuff. But if they had to do crazy stuff, they had to get authorization, even I think to even use the paddles to
bring somebody
back to life. They had to get authorization, and then that was a whole thing too. It was so cool.
I would think it'd be worse now with reference to that stuff.
Well, probably because if you do,
legalities. If you do a procedure on somebody,
but there was a lot of stuff. Even that was the cool part of the show too, is they showed a lot of that stuff where people would be in the midst of being saved, and then they'd get mad, like a drunk driver guy would get all pissed off because they were saving him because he had flipped a truck over, and then he started fighting with him, kind of thing. And then there were other times where like a guy had like 4 heart attacks at his house. There was a couple times where people were on drugs and they're trying to get him to the thing and they wouldn't do it, and it was on the edge of your seat. But then they get back to the firehouse and Chet would burn the chili. And then the next thing you know, everybody's like, come on, Chet. Chet was the goofy guy in the firehouse.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
All Chets are.
Yeah.
Joe,
look up what Chet looks like, because he's a funny looking dude.
I'm picturing a bowl haircut. Joe Lombardo said, see what I mean? You are a killer, ity-B. Yes. Robert Spears said, I've never seen a fire in the wild. That has to be the ity-B t-shirt.
Yes. And then followed by, "Are you friendly?"
Joe Lombardo said, "Next time you guys are up, we have to include alcohol." We've got Close Cut joining us. Good old
Hey, what's up, Art?
He said, "Slow down, Beth. You're going to have to give Johnny first aid."
What's up, Artisanal?
Robert Spears said, "I was this days old when I found out that ity-B has never seen fire in the wild." I think you guys know what I mean.
Hilarious.
Mike Furcci wants to know if you can draw a friendly fire.
Yeah, I will in the background draw friendly fire.
And then he also said, "I've seen fire and I've seen rain."
Oh my god. This is going to go down as the classic episode. I don't even know if we're going to get to color on this thing.
Oh my god, it's already 45 minutes in.
That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Johnson said the sketch looks great. Frank Pupello said looking awesome. He's still watching from the cruise ship. Frank, go dancing. It's 10:15.
Shouldn't he be on Lido deck by now?
He should be on Lido deck. They're having a welcome aboard deck party you need to be at. All right, let's see. Other regular characters of the Firefighters of Station 51's A Shift, Chester B, Chet Kelly, played by Tim Donnelly. Okay, so out of these guys, were any of these Chet? No,
that's okay. So that's the guy. That's the doctors. So
yeah.
Dixie's the nurse. Then there was Dr. Brackett, Dr. Brackett, and then Dr. I can't think of the old guy's name. Dr.
Joe Early. He was a neurosurgeon, actually.
And then go, "Joe, what's up, Brackett?" That kind of thing. A lot of banter.
Oh.
And then Dixie was the cute, hard lead head nurse. She didn't take no crap from nobody.
There was the dispatchers. They had them involved. Samuel Lanier portrayed himself as an uncredited voice role over the radio through the series.
Mm-hmm. Squad 51.
He was in a brief clip.
See the man on the side of the road.
Lopez speaks Spanish and occasionally translated for the crew when a victim or onlooker spoke Spanish, but no English. Unusually, Lopez, Stoker, and Dick Hammer play characters named after themselves, though in 2 episodes. Let's see.
And it was Captain Stoker, wasn't it?
Captain Gene, Captain Hook, Hook Raider, in a couple of later episodes. It doesn't say. Where does it say Stoker? It doesn't say.
It was just such a great show. There were so many good episodes. There was an episode where, there was times when Johnny Gage was always trying to pick up on girls. I mean, he was like the Poncherello of the Poncherello was Poncherello. He was always trying to pick up on the hot new nurses at the candy stripers at the
candy stripers.
They were always Dixie would always be like warning his nurses not.
So was she involved with someone?
She was married. I think she was actually married to Brackett.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Dixie McCall and Kelly Brackett.
Yep.
Why wouldn't she have taken his name? Let me see what Tim Donnelly looks like.
Because this is the modern times.
Oh, they don't give a picture of him.
Who?
He died last year.
Who?
Chet.
Yeah.
He's 77.
They got a picture of Chet somewhere. Curly-haired guy.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so those are some fun facts.
If you want to head to it and see where we're at here.
Yep. There it is, guys. So far. Oh my gosh, I'm still catching my breath. That was hysterical. You made it worse. I knew what I was trying to say.
How did I make it worse? Don't blame me.
You made me sound silly.
I don't think
like
you
always do. Morton Griggs is joining us. Hi, Johnny, from Abilene, Kansas. Been watching Full Custom Garage. Sketch looks great.
Thanks.
Yeah, Full Custom Garage has been...
Guys.
When is the new season?
By the way, this Wednesday, I think it's 7 or 8 o'clock. Tune your dials to Full Custom or Motor Trend because new episodes of Full Custom Garage. I want to say, but I don't know for sure. It's Ian and my episode where we build that crazy bug. Yeah. So check it out.
We're waiting to see. Actually,
Yeah,
we don't get teasers.
We have no idea what happens or how it goes because there's a twist. There's a plot twist in the whole thing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss it. As an opener to the season.
And you were out there almost an entire year ago.
Yeah,
it was January
close
of this
to a year ago. We were out there filming this episode, so definitely take a look.
And we've been talking about it ever since, so I can't wait to see it. This was was this the time that you wrecked his car?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think that gets filmed, so I'm happy about that. But maybe he talks about it. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
It was an unfriendly fire.
You never seen a fire that you didn't.
It was an unfriendly fire. Guys, we have been getting orders for the holidays. We are super excited. We have such cool stuff over at the website. Tons of t-shirts available at johnnyjalopy.com. We've got these beanies. Tonight, Johnny's wearing the Sketchy Speed Equipment hat. This is a trucker hat in gray and black snapback. We also have the white and black Johnny Jalopy logo, our original hat, the OG, available as well. We still have those in stock, so definitely take advantage of those while we have them. We have sticker packs available. We have the Johnny sacks. Everybody likes a good Johnny sack.
Everybody does.
I use mine. I use mine all the time. It's now become my gym bag because did you know at the gym they will not let us bring in a regular duffel bag? It has to be a cinch sack like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's part of the rules.
So their bag what would be the... I don't know. That's not cool.
Yeah, they're... I know what you're trying to say, and I can't think of it either.
Bag Nazis.
They are judgy. They are...
Yeah, little...
what is the word?
No, I don't
you
like
know
it.
the word I'm trying to... Yeah, they want a cinch sack bag.
I think that's kind of baloney.
Russ Randall is joining us. Welcome, sir. Looks great as always, he says.
Thank you.
Let me zoom in on it for you. There you go. Cool. So in addition to this show, what were some of the other ones? So you said Chips, that was airing right around the same time.
Yep,
and
Chips.
That was also of the emergency nature.
There was, of course, Adam 12.
And, every soap opera that was ever on always centered around a hospital.
Well, because medical dramas were like the first real,
But
drama.
Here's the thing. I remember thinking as a kid when I would watch soap
operas. Why is everybody
operas,
so sick? Oh.
Well, it was like everybody was always at the hospital, and like the people that we were following in the soap opera all were affiliated with the hospital in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Either a nurse or a doctor or a surgeon, or they owned the place or whatever.
They owned the hospital?
And I would always think to myself, whose family, like, how is this a thing? Right? And then it wasn't until years later that my family was the hospital
they were all
family.
Hospital. Yeah, you're right.
My brother worked at the hospital. His wife is still one of the head nurses in the recovery room for our little community hospital. My other brother's wife worked at the hospital. My mom worked at the hospital. I'm like, how? We were a hospital family. We should have had our own soap opera.
You might as well have.
I know.
Some of the stuff I heard about.
Right? But yeah, I guess that was such a big thing. And I know when ER came out, I mean, that was obviously more of a 90s show, but that was hugely popular. I mean, to this day, when I go in for triage, I'm always like, we may need a Chem 7. Let's do the blood workup. Chem 7, please. Stat.
You gotta throw some stats in there.
I never knew what stat meant until I watched
you didn't?
ER. No. I'm sure I did. I'm just
Sans a stat.
Sans stat. But that was a hugely popular show. And then there was Grey's Anatomy. I never watched Grey's Anatomy. Could not get into Grey's Anatomy.
There was a lot of guys.
I was watching House.
See, now that I'm listening to you actually say what it was, and knowing kind of a little bit about what the show was, it makes sense. Everybody was trying to get into Grey's Anatomy. Wasn't her name Grey? Something? No,
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it was the character's last name was Grey.
Was it?
Yeah, they were trying to get into Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
You hear the joke I'm saying, right, folks?
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know. Let me see. Grey's Anatomy. I'm not sure. The medical drama series focused on a group of young doctors at Seattle Grace Mercy West Hospital who began their careers.
Grace Anatomy?
One of the young doctors in the show's namesake, Meredith Grey, is the daughter of a famous surgeon.
Oh, so it was a chick. They were trying to get into Grey's Anatomy.
So it was a chick. I did not realize this. House, I watched. I loved House. I thought that was a really cool show.
Is that the one where he's like a killer?
No. He's a very I wouldn't even say unethical.
Was it Doogie House?
He was a very much out of the box doctor. He didn't follow protocol. If something called to do it one way, he would do something the other way.
He'd do it proto.
Yeah. Lizzie said never watched the show. Joe Lombardo said LOL. Morton Griggs said, have you mentioned Bobby Troop on Emergency? He wrote the song Route 66. Oh, I did not know that. But we did mention him earlier as part of the cast.
We sort of, as long as nobody gets mad, we played the theme.
We did play the theme for like a smidge.
So hopefully you guys will get to hear it.
Yeah. Joe Lombardo said, Michael Hunt worked there. Oh, Dr. Michael Hunt, maybe.
Doctor, that's right.
Willie Keel is joining us. Hey, guys, hope you're doing good tonight. Willie, thank you. We are doing fantastic.
That's things with a capital the.
Thangs. So that was another medical show. There were quite a few. What's on right now? I think there's one that's popular now that people are watching.
Wednesday.
We watched Wednesday.
Don't talk about it. It's too new.
It is too new.
And all I gotta tell you is my Instagram feed is full of Wednesday stuff now.
Is it?
Like all I did is watched it.
And you didn't even watch it from your phone.
I know.
Did you? But you did. You looked up characters. That's
why. I looked up the big tall lady.
Yeah, we wanted to see how tall she was. This is what we do. We're like watching the show. We're like, is he still alive? So we'll look, is so and so alive? Oh my God, she's really tall. How tall is she? So we look up how tall she is. Have we seen this person in something before? So we stop and look.
Yeah.
We can never just get through a series of any kind.
We got to know the details, man.
Yes, we do. We like the backstory.
I don't want to. Well, when I was looking at it, I was like, that lady is way tall.
Like if I could number the amount of times I have looked to see how tall Tom Cruise is.
And you still haven't figured it out yet?
I want to, and I just looked it up the other day.
He's a micropede.
He's like 5'2".
Yeah,
what
he's tiny.
How tall is Tom Cruise?
He's Ben Stiller tall.
I'm telling you, I've looked this up a million times. He's 5'7". Ow, he's not that small. 5'7". You're 5'8".
5'9". Thank you very much.
You are not.
Oh, and you're 5'8".
I'm 5'6".
You're far from 5'6".
No, I am 5'6".
On a good day.
Oh my God!
You don't count your boots.
I don't have boots on.
Those boots are made from measuring. That's just
you are not 5'9".
I am 5'9".
You are not.
I am too.
Babe.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
I am.
You're not 5'9".
I am too.
When we're done, we're gonna measure you. Let's see. Willie Keel said, I just found out that there is a new season of Full Custom Garage this month. Not even this month, but this week.
This coming up.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's when the first one's going to drop. So check your local listings. Listen to me. Check your local listings or check the Motor Trend app.
That's right. Make sure you follow and like and subscribes.
For sure.
Like some subscribes.
Lizzie said, I watched The Resident. It is a hospital show. I have heard of that one.
Okay. Is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
He's in it?
The Resident?
No, that's the one with the lion.
The lion?
Was it Remnant? Was it Remnant? Resilient?
No.
What? What is it? Something ant.
Mm-hmm.
Remnant.
Nope.
Resilient.
Nope.
Remembrance.
Nope.
What was it?
Raven. Revenant.
Revenant? Relevant.
Not relevant.
Revenant?
Revenant.
How is that a word?
It is.
And was it a lion? It was a bear.
No, it was a bear.
It was a bear. It was BJ and the bear.
Yeah.
It was a chimp.
It was a dog. It was a dog who enjoyed good fire, not bad fire.
No, it's friendly fire and unfriendly
Same
fire.
thing.
Joe Lombardo said Tom Cruise, another Jersey guy. Is he? I don't think he is.
I think he wants to be.
Where was Tom Cruise born?
On a bayou.
In Syracuse, New York. New York, not Jersey. Mm-hmm. His parents were from Louisville, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Look at that guy trying to steal.
And he grew up, oh crap, he did finally settle in Glen Ridge, New Jersey with his mother and her new husband. Dang it. He was in Jersey.
Dang you, Cruise.
I can't have anything.
What is... I can't have anything.
I can't, because I can't be
Tom Cruise?
the fun person from Jersey. Like all these other famous people. Like other famous, like I'm famous. All these famous people are from New Jersey. Harris,
I do love the fact that you just said I can't. All those other famous people from Jersey.
I am not famous.
I can't sit here and compete with those people.
I can't. Wasn't like Brooke Shields from New Jersey too?
Probably.
Might as well. Harris Cohen is joining us.
I give up.
He said it's a short 5'9". It certainly is, Harris. Thank you.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not short.
It's a short 5'9".
Oh, I'll give you a short 5'9".
You're not 5'9".
I am 5'9".
Howard Pierpont said Rescue 8, but you're too young. Do you remember Rescue 8?
No.
Not even on a playback or a rerun?
8,
no?
Never heard of it.
Hank D said another joke bites the dust. What joke? What joke? Were you making jokes and I didn't get it? Probably.
Yeah, the Grey's Anatomy one for like an hour and a half.
Hank D, by the way, guys, cool stuff going on over at his page. He is a, what do you call it, a registered or licensed rat fink artist?
Nurse?
Bringing it back to the medical.
Hank D, a registered nurse by
No,
day.
he's a rat fink artist now and has quite a bit of stuff over on his page.
Cool stuff he's making over there. Creating skateboards. Surfboards.
And he's got Stegas.
Yeah.
And hankd.com is the website. Also, he has designed our website, johnnyjalopy.com. While you're checking out websites, head on over.
Do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a favor and a favor for your friends.
Do yourself a solid.
We got t-shirts, guys, like a bunch, not just like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
There's like 20 designs.
Plenty to go around.
Very cool stuff. Something will appeal to you.
Yeah, plenty to go around.
And sizes.
Tell a friend.
Large. We have actually medium, I think, all the way up to 4X we're doing. So for no additional price, by the way, too.
Yeah, we don't charge you because you're big.
$25 a piece.
We don't
charge you because you're small either. So
pass the savings on to you.
Willie Keel said, so I hope that means we will see you drawing something Ian will build.
Oh,
actually.
No. Sans drawing this episode.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, right. But no, I just did.
You did. Joe Lombardo grew up in Jersey. Yes, we know.
Whoops.
First episode, yes, Wednesday. Harris Cohen said, what's wrong with Jersey? Nothing's wrong with Jersey. I am from Jersey. I love Jersey. I'm just saying there are so many famous people from Jersey that it overshadows my excitement of being famous. From Jersey. Joe Lombardo said, they're all second to you, ity-B. And Brooke went to Princeton and used to go to a joint near me to hang out. So I knew she was from there. Robert Spears said, like the sketch. Joe said, not me, Tom Cruise, but I did too.
Guys, where we're at here.
I love it. I love the red. Super cool. What color was the emergency sign? Red as well? This?
In the show, it's white.
Oh, was it?
was a sign. What are you talking about?
Super cool. So, in addition to learning something from this show, did you want to then
Yes.
be?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
But it never came to fruition.
I wanted to be a paramedic so bad.
Really?
Yes.
And what prevented you?
Probably grades.
What do you mean, in school?
Again, to be a paramedic is medical stuff.
Yeah, but you go to paramedic.
Memorization of that kind of stuff was not my long suit. At least I didn't think it was. And then I took drama and I was like, oh, actually, I can memorize lines pretty good. I bet I could have done it.
So you didn't think you could, therefore you didn't try.
That's pretty much been my whole life.
So in school, because they don't make you take those classes in high school, you would have taken an actual course when you graduated.
Right, yeah. I would have gone to the fire academy and tried to become a paramedic.
But see, then you would have been a paramedic and a firefighter out in California.
Yeah, and I probably would have never given you the time of day because I'd have been looking for
nurses.
Friendly fire.
No, I'm just saying you would have had to deal with all the California fires. That would have been a crappy place to be a firefighter.
Why? That would have been okay. Wait.
I guess, yeah. If that was your whole goal, to do all that.
Did you just hear what you just said?
Yeah.
And did you hear the ridiculousness that came out of your mouth?
Yeah, after I said it. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like that would be like trying to be a cop in like the worst possible area, high risk.
Which is a lot of reasons why guys became cops. They wanted to be in the most high risk areas.
I guess.
There's no I guess. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, look at me. I'm an insurance agent in one of the worst insurance states in the country, right?
Totally the same.
It is.
Yeah, you're saving lives.
I am saving fire lives. At a time. Russ Randall said that was a cool panel truck. Harris Cohen said, I met Brooke when I worked at Princeton. Very cool. Bob is posting an IMDb, but I cannot access it on this page, so we'll have to look that up another time. Guys, what are some of your favorite memories from Emergency?
Yeah, what were your favorite episodes and that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Harris Cohen said, you're selling insurance in New Jersey? LOL. No. However, I did for a little bit and then moved. So
she's done it all.
I've been all over.
She's been everywhere, man.
And I probably could sell in New Jersey. I have an office in New Jersey.
You probably could. www.superduper.com.
Right?
Soupy Dupe.
Soupdupe.com. Yeah. So what else we got going on? I don't have any comments coming in.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yes. What else can we discuss here?
Well, we really loved this show. It was very, very awesomeness, and I loved it. And
other 70s shows.
Okay, let's go there. So again, Batman in this show were battling it out for the top 2 spots. Then we go to probably Adam 12, Chips. Probably Chips over Adam 12, but yeah. And then
somebody had mentioned Dragnet before.
Yeah,
I thought that was a movie. I thought that was a movie, though. Was it a movie and a show?
It was a movie that they made it into a movie with Dan Aykroyd. It was a comedy.
Right.
But
the show was not based
on a comedy. In fact, one of the MASH. You remember MASH?
Yes.
Remember the general on MASH?
The white-haired guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was the main character in Dragnet, which I'm blanking right now of his name. It's a famous name, and I can't even think of it right now. He was his partner.
Okay.
So way back, black and white TV.
Really?
Yeah. So it would have been like Alfred Hitchcock presents Twilight Zone, some Dragnet. You go back a little further, Car 54, Herman Munster started his acting career as
well, not Herman, but the guy who played Herman.
Correct, yeah. He'll always be Hermie.
Oh, Joe Friday restaurant.
Joe Friday, thank you. Yeah, blanked right there. That was weird.
Harris said, "Where at in the Gestapo state?" I was in Toms River, actually.
Gestapo?
Toms River, New Jersey is where I grew up.
Gestapo of the state of New Jersey?
I always thought Gestapo was a soup, but that's gazpacho.
So when you were watching war movies, you're like, why are they so
why
worried
are they
about
eating soup?
So worried about the soup in these movies so much?
Jack Webb was Joe Friday.
There we go. They're always wondering what happened to the gazpacho.
So funny. I bet you there are people right now Googling how tall is Johnny Jalopy.
And my IMDb, I believe, says I'm 5'9".
Does it? Let me see.
Yeah, let's check, because I think I put it
How
in there.
tall is Johnny Jalopy?
Yeah. Do you see where the people have searched, who is Johnny Jalopy's wife?
No. Yeah, no one searches for that.
It has.
It didn't come up.
Well, I'm not that famous. I'm infamous. I'm more than famous.
Oh, hey.
Infamous.
Johnny Jalopy's net worth.
Oh.
This should be good.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, it's a mystery.
There's nothing here.
It's a mystery.
But they do have you on RoyBoyProductions.com.
Well, that's because I was on a podcast.
Artist feature Johnny Jalopy.
Yeah, you know, it happens.
A feature on custom culture artist Johnny Jalopy.
That's happened, yeah. Is this your first chance ever looking at my pages of fame?
It
when
is.
I was in the gazpacho.
And then I have Johnny Jalopy wife. They do have, and it does come. I do come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm on here. I'm in a search. That's exciting.
How about that?
How about that?
See, it's just on OnlyFans you're on.
On siliconebenders.com, you're featured as a sketchable artist in Spotlight. Johnny
Am I
Jalopy.
really?
Yep.
Well, hey.
From June 1st, 2022.
Okay.
Amazing the things you find when you Google yourself.
Right?
Crazy.
I want to know where the gazpacho is.
I can remember early on when you first started posting some of your stuff, you would Google yourself.
Yeah.
And nothing came up.
Yes.
Or if it came up, you were like 8 or 10 people down.
Yeah.
Now, number 1.
Well.
Boom.
I mean, come on. You know, there's all this going on over here.
Harris Cohen said, okay, you were on the right coast of New Jersey. I'm on the left coast.
Ah.
Yeah. Harris said, I'm 5'9". Met Johnny a few years ago at SEMA. I thought he was shorter than me, but not by much at all.
Come on, man. I was in a hole. It wasn't a true see what happened.
He was hunched over.
Yes, because I had a backpack on.
Yeah.
And it really,
and you would have been wearing your hat, so even with the hat, he thought you were shorter.
Well, the hat.
Because he's 5. It
was actually
5'7".
Okay, here's what happens.
5'8" at best.
It's sometimes the perspective that I stand at. Mm-hmm. I'm always standing at a distance because I stand in perspective. Not a lot of people have learned how to do that. So because I stand in perspective, I always seem a little shorter than I really am bigger. Mm-hmm. I'm like unfriendly fire. Much taller.
Oh my God. Joe Lombardo said, have you ever done the P-Wagon from Kill Bill?
No. We have not done the P-Wagon.
P-Wagon?
Boucher.
Oh.
The infamous
no, we have not.
Boucher wagon. We need it. We should do that, though.
Harris said Jamie was with you. Was Jamie taller than Johnny?
Jamie, I think might be.
I think she is taller. She's got to be. Joe Lombardo said, I'm 5'8", and when I met you guys for lunch, Johnny was a bit taller than me. Whatever,
Thanks,
Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Whatever.
Joe knows. Joe knows.
That's funny. Morton Griggs said Harry Morgan was a Bill Gannon on Dragnet. Just the facts, ma'am. Just
there we
facts.
go. There we go.
Matt Bunn said, I think Johnny is just a smidge shorter than me. Matt, you're like 7 feet tall. What are you talking about?
Matt is a tall drink of
You're
water.
very tall. You're very tall.
And I want to say I'm at least as tall as him.
As Matt?
Yeah. Have you seen pictures of us together? Matt
Bunce is like 2 feet taller than you.
No.
He's a good foot.
I stand in perspective.
Oh, okay.
And what you're seeing is
you are eons behind him.
It's an illusion.
Joe Lombardo said it's a French wagon, ity-B. Yeah. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Oh. She knows what it is.
The rims on this thing were red?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Wheels on
Guys,
the bus
people are digging this. You've got 53 likes and loves.
Sweet.
Some weeks we have a sad face. Some weeks we have a mad face. I don't see any sads or mads tonight. Just likes and loves.
There really is sad faces sometimes?
Sometimes. Or like somebody's angry.
Why?
I don't know. They don't tell me. They just make the face. I don't know.
Why would they be mad?
I don't know.
What'd we do?
Maybe they were frustrated with something in real life and decided to. You never know.
Something you said.
You never know.
You probably offended them.
I always offend someone. There's always someone to offend. But I do like the way this one's coming out. Very, very red. Very red.
Yes. Well, it's a fire truck, so you're going to have that.
Joe said because they are bastards. Yeah. I already have my vacation time set for June of next year, Father's Day weekend, to come up and get some De Lorenzo's. Martin Griggs said should have kept the wide whites on it. Are you customizing this, or are you trying to do it true to form?
No, I'm trying to do it like it is. Yeah.
Other than the perspective a little bit. Joe said, on me, guys. No need, Joe. No need, but we will meet you there. We will make the drive. It really wasn't that far.
No.
And it was definitely worth it. But we will go on a day when we do not have another meal planned for afterwards.
Yes, that screwed it all up.
It really did, because we couldn't eat as much of it as we wanted to. Not. Fun stuff. This one's looking really good. So in the back of that vehicle was just medical supplies?
Yeah.
They couldn't transport people?
All their rescue gear was in here. No, they would call an ambulance.
Okay. And they weren't putting out fires because that was the fire truck.
They were firefighters.
But with this vehicle, they weren't putting out fires.
This would show up with the engine at a fire. Oh. They would roll to the same location as the... So if it was the station, it'd be Station 51, fire at blah, 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 brush fire. Usually it was a brush fire or a building fire, so they'd call Station 51. Then there was sometimes where it was just Engine 51 responding, because they would be backup to other engines. They already had medical team, and Squad 51 would stay at the firehouse, and then they'd get called. Too many things to know. They would get called to things on their own, and then another fire company would come and be their backup. So
I had kind of wanted to be a dispatcher for a little bit. One of the girls that I went to school with wound up becoming a dispatcher.
Yeah, my ex-wife trained to be one. I don't know if she ever did anything with it.
Well, this girl loved it.
It was pretty hardcore shit.
Yeah, I mean, you had to be, because you're like in the thick of it. You're kind of like a
yeah, for real.
A quick. You have to be a quick thinker, and you have to have all of your information organized. Yeah, almost like 911 operators. I don't know if I could do that.
It's crazy.
I don't know if I could do it. Like, I don't know what kind of training these people have to go through, but
heavy
they're
training.
Saving lives. They're saving lives. They have to make split-second decisions and accurate decisions.
It is no joke.
So, like, thank you. Anyone who's in this line.
Can you please say that word right?
What are you saying?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's an N in there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's a K.
Thank you. Anyone
Thank you.
who is a first responder or in this line of work, Because not only do they have to know all this stuff, and not only are they saving lives every day, but they're putting their lives at risk as well.
They also got to be thankful.
It's a big deal.
It really is a big deal. It is no joke.
It is not.
We're kidding aside. All the kidding aside, it's a pretty amazing people that do this kind of work. Just in general, anybody who's does, you know, first responding type stuff. And again, this is all, our current, the way things are done now. These guys that turned in from fire rescue, I want to say there's still some fire companies that have fire rescue, that have their own separate squads and stuff like that. But for majority, like where we live, a medical EMT is they're a separate deal that rolls in. They're not even affiliated with the fire department, and I don't know if all fire departments have necessarily rescue and paramedic on staff. I think there some of the places around here, because there is such a large EMT deal, that they're responding to those, and the other guys are just going right to fires. I don't know for sure if that's the case, but I want to say,
well, because some of them are county, some of them are city. It just depends on the municipality.
Yeah, that's just so.
Bob McLaren said 911 operator is a real good paying job. I would imagine, and rightly so.
Yeah. It's stressful stuff. Again, as my ex-wife was studying for the stuff that you'd have to go through just to do the job, it was pretty
intense.
Yeah, pretty intense stuff.
Look at the way you're doing. This is chrome on the front, right? Yep. You haven't put your sparkles in yet, but I know they're coming. Joe Lombardo said we have multiple EMT stations, but the fire department are usually called as well. Oh, somebody put a mad face. I hope that's who did the mad face. That's hysterical. As a joke. I hope so, because it was right after I said it.
Because if we're really making you mad, we're sorry. We try so hard to
we're not making anybody mad. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes.
We're trying to be good at this for you guys.
I think it looks great.
We'll try. I think it looks cool.
It does. I love the brightness of the red, and I like the way you did the little bit of darker on the bottom there, like a shade reflection.
Yeah, I wanted to put, again, because it's a solid color, so sometimes solid color,
it's hard
to you're trying to get the reflection in that when there's nothing that I haven't drawn anything that's reflecting.
And again, that's just with this program being able to blend the colors like you do. I mean, you guys are watching them draw. I'm not really watching them draw because I'm trying to read the comments and talk and look at the camera, but if you're watching what he's doing, you can kind of see what tools he's using. Let's see. Bob McLaren said, I plead the fifth. Was it you, Bob? Can someone just come clean? Was it really, truly a mad, angry person, or were you just doing it so we had one represented? Harris said, it's a mix of everything. Paid, volunteer, fire rescue, Elms, fire rescue. I have been in the fire service for over 45 years, and my father before me. Well, so this is a great night for you to tune in.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely not an easy job. But I do know, generally, most of the guys that do that type of work, they do it because, like he said, his father did it. And, generations of people who do these type of service jobs, and they do it because they love it.
Yeah.
It's a thankless job most of the time, but you can walk away from even that job, or there's satisfaction in what you did, what you accomplished for the day. So.
Russ Randall just posted, and Russ Randall has been a long time Jalopy Army guy, and we love the Randalls. He and his wife Peggy up in New York.
Absolutely.
29 and a half years, 10 with an engine company, 10 with a rescue company, 9 and a half as a deputy fire chief.
Oh, wow.
The show Emergency is the reason why.
Oh.
We love you, Russ.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And thanks for being one of those people too, It was such an awesome show. I just, even though I didn't do this as a job, I did end up in my life saving people's lives.
Let's hear the story again. You've heard it before.
I've done multiple times. I saved a couple kids from drowning in pools when I was young, 11, 12 years old.
Your brother?
No, strangers.
Strangers? Oh.
And then a couple times where a lady that was choking at a restaurant. Everybody panicked and was looking around like, "What do we do?" And she was turning blue. And you know, but again, it was these kind of watching that show and growing up with that show, and of course, the way my family was service people too. They didn't work those type of jobs, but they did different type of service work to their community. It was just what you do, you know. So
it's just being a good person and taking action.
Yeah, but it's such an awesome. There's times I wish I would have just followed my heart to do that type of job because it was so neat.
Russ Randall said that their apparatus was yellow. Chrome yellow. That's what he said. Joe Lombardo said, "Awesome sketch. Is it Friendly Fire Red?"
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it, Friendly Fire Red. Scott Palmer said 21 years on the fire department because of that show. Here we go, another one. Very
cool. This is cool. Thanks for sharing this stuff, guys. This makes it even more fun that we're doing this sketch because it was such an impactful part of my life. And again, not being a fire, turning into someone who did that type of job, but just seeing that I wasn't the only person that it impacted. And then guys that made decisions to make that a career, because of this show. It was a great show.
I might have to go back and watch a couple episodes.
It's a great show.
And it was funny. There were parts of it that were funny.
There was lots of comedy in it. Great drama. It was all around a phenomenally made show. It was done so well. It never felt cheesy. The only times it ever felt cheesy is when it was supposed to be cheesy.
Right.
I'm probably being biased because I'm such a fan of the show, but
Matt Bunt said, in Pinellas County, Sunstar is staffed with a paramedic and an EMT, but fire department is first to respond with their paramedics.
Gotcha. Okay.
Harris said, I definitely don't do it for the money. It's a passion.
Well, thanks for doing it, man.
Harris said, Russ's rigs weren't ripe yet. And Bob McLaren is putting a bunch of angry faces. I think he is the angry face culprit.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, we're not in the business of wanting to piss people off, so let us know.
ity-B is.
By the way, feedback is great. If you think that there's something that we can do better, I know last week we had
audio issues.
A couple people comment about the audio. We were well aware, and we did remedy it, I believe.
We
Hopefully
think so.
this is taking care of it. But if you have ideas, if you have feedback, anything we could improve, anything you'd like to see, are you sick of looking at our same set design here? Is there something else we can do?
Well, we've talked about even that, some changes are coming in for the new year for that type of stuff too, but
so we shall see. Things on the horizon. We've got some new merch. We've got some shows we're doing. I think we talked about that with you guys the last couple weeks. We are already requested time off of our day jobs. We both have full-time day jobs. So we have a couple things planned for 2022. I think you're going to see us out and about a bit. So we're excited. This is really looking good. I'm so happy that you did this. You talk about this show all the time.
Yeah, I do. It was such a big part of my growing up.
Morton Griggs said DiCaprio is working on The Devil in White City about Dr. H.H. Holmes, Chicago's first serial killer.
Nice.
Interesting. Nice. He's a great actor. I really like his stuff. Versatile. Joe Lombardo said, heart goes out to all those who are in this industry. I lost a friend from my neighborhood who was killed in his first year of being a firefighter. And I've seen a lot of that too. Rookie cops on the force, and we're losing way too many people. The respect for what these positions are and stand for has been lost, I think, with some people in our society. So we like to celebrate it.
Absolutely.
Oh, Harris said, "Did she just say you have things planned for 2022? Better hurry up."
Yeah,
I meant
it's a short list.
I meant 2023.
You might
Oh
even
my
see it happen.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Russ said, "Johnny, not everyone will take the steps or make attempts to help those in need. Good on you for saving those you've helped." He does. He is an action person. I think I told the story. We were driving down one of the local highways in our area, and we saw this guy in a little scooter, the kind that you sit in and drive around. Rascal. And he had tipped over or fell over. He wasn't in the scooter. And he looked like he needed some help, and there was no one around. It was like early in the morning. Like,
Yep.
we were getting coffee, I think. And Johnny flipped around, and we went over and we helped the guy. It turned out he was it a World War II vet? He was an older guy.
For sure.
And we helped him get back in his scooter, made sure he was on his way. Like, stuff that he had in a bag had fallen out. So, I was picking up all that stuff while Johnny was helping him get back into the scooter. But just small little acts of kindness. I mean, if you're in a position to help somebody, then you help. I mean, that's just the way we've been taught. And I think that we try. Somebody had once said, you can't help others until you help yourself. And I feel like we have both worked so hard to get to a point, not even financially or in our careers or anything like that, but just mentally, where we're stable enough to be able to help somebody else. Because we've counseled some people. We did some marriage counseling for a couple that was getting married, and then I wound up officiating their wedding.
Did they were they 5 yards penalty or touchdown?
They were safe. They're still married, and they have a baby. He was an EMT. He is an EMT.
That's
member.
good. We at least did that right.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're in a position to help somebody, you've got to get yourself into a position to where you can help. But that being said, you don't have to be 100%. Neither one of us are 100% who we want to be or what we want to do yet, but
still working on it.
We're still able to talk to people about it and help people. So if you need anything, hit us up. We'd love to help.
Should I color the emergency part in or just?
I like it how it is. Can you do a background behind it, or did you not do the letters in white?
I did the letters in. You mean no? They would. I could make them white though. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Russ said, okay, we saw that. Kevin said it looks great. Scott Palmer said LA County Fire Department Museum has all 3 rigs from the show. That is so cool. Have you been to that?
No, I'd love to do that. It's it's definitely a bucket list.
We were down there. We could have gone. Denny Hudson said, my wife is a big fan of Emergency 51, and the show was part of her joining a hot shot crew. She spent many years in service throughout Southern California. Fantastic.
That is cool.
Fantastic, Denny. Thanks for sharing. Morton Griggs said you should come to the Lead Sled Spectacular Car Show in Salinas. It's in July. We have a show already that we're planning to do in July, so we will not be able to make that one.
But we'd love to come.
Salina, Kansas. He said.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Man, wouldn't it be cool if we could hit both?
Right.
I don't think we can. Matt Bunce said, when I worked at Sunstar, we lost a young paramedic critical care nurse in the Bay flight crash.
Yeah. And it sucks that those people lost their lives, but I bet had they had an opportunity, they knew that the job is a dangerous job.
Yeah.
And
well, I think I
bet you they wouldn't have traded positions, and they would have been like, I went out doing what I felt like I should be doing, which is
look
giving
at the
service.
9/11 stories that we've heard of the survivors and some of the people that were first responders that survived. I mean, it's just they ran into a collapsing building to save people.
Didn't think twice.
No regard for their own life. Just crazy.
It's not crazy. It's
crazy dedication.
It's what those people do. Yeah. It's a totally different mindset for people. So, again, you folks out there that do this kind of work, hats off to you, because you're just a different breed of people, and we need more people like that in the world, who are willing to just serve mankind. That's really what it comes down to.
It is. Harris Cohen said shadow it, maybe. Well, I think we're going to try this. I like the gray with the...
yeah, I'm just trying to,
with the red.
Yeah, shadow probably would look cool, but...
We're at an hour 35.
We didn't do too bad then.
You did a lot of talking and a lot of sharing tonight, so we expected it to go a little longer.
We had a full laugh session as well. Oh my
God, that was funny.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I cannot wait to go back and watch that part.
I just want to know what our laugh sounds like, because I was like doing the inside.
I'm sure
where
it's
just
really bad.
Wheezing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. I'm sure people were like, they got asthma.
Speaking of EMTs, somebody call 911 for these two.
Somebody need a CPAP.
You need a CPAP.
You're always saying me, but you know what? Snoresville.
I do snore. That doesn't mean I need a CPAP. Oh my goodness, guys. Sometimes on Sketchy Live, we have fun.
We do have
fun.
It. You know what? This is the episodes, and if you came in and you missed the whole fire thing,
you gotta
go back and watch it, because it's comedy genius.
And here's what I will tell you guys: I don't even know where we're coming up with the energy for this right now.
I don't either.
Johnny's working on like 4 hours of sleep.
Less than that, but yeah, okay.
I probably had maybe 5.5.
Oh, maybe 6, 7.
Nope. I've got mine documented. Look, 5 hours, 11 minutes of sleep.
Good for you.
Yeah. 73 sleep score.
Still
not
73,
good.
Though.
Because when I went down hard.
Because
I went down hard. A tappy hard. Yeah. So tonight our sleep will be fantastic, I'm sure. I've already...
I like the way it came out.
Yeah. I really like it too.
Yeah, it came out cool.
Are you ready to call it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're going to sign it.
Mama's sleepy.
Hey, this print is available for $20.
$20, guys. We're going to have it up on the website.
Get yourself
the next day or two.
Squad 51 print. And, this is a part of your childhood. Some of you said this is where a lot of your journey as far as becoming a person who does this kind of job, or a first responder type person. This is a great little thing here. I love it. And we did it. It's still sketchy style, and it's still fun. And so, yeah, there you go. There's the Emergency Squad 51 with our heroes, Roy DeSoto, and, of course, the fantastic Johnny Gage.
And 51.
That's right. Again, you can see how important this number is to me in my life. The 5 just continually just keeps coming up in my life. It's crazy how numbers can, but what it stands for is the bigger thing. So we sure appreciate you guys. Another Monday night in the books. Sketchy Live. Guys, we're heading on 6 years of doing Sketchy Live, right? 6 years, 5 years?
It'll be a full 5 years. This is our 5th season right now that we're filming.
As we're heading into the new year, we can't wait till we see you on 2022.
23. 23.
Lots of things happening.
Yeah.
We might try to find fire and introduce Beth to fire, so she's never seen it in the wild. We may have to do a full live episode when we see it in the wild for the first time. But it'll be great. But we sure appreciate it. Go to johnnyjalopy.com. Please go to johnnyjalopy.com.
Yes.
Grab some gifts for the holidays. We got hat stickers, shirts.
And the mail is a bit slow, guys. If you're trying to get something for the holidays, do it now.
And listen,
that way we can fill it and get it out.
Even if you can't get it for the holidays, your car guy gal will be so excited, even if it comes after the holidays.
It's true.
Because it's something car related. I know as a car person, nothing's funner than getting hint car related gifts for the holidays. Hint. I'm gonna go into subliminal guy now. Everybody wants a t-shirt. for the holidays, a t-shirt, and maybe a sticker pack would be great. Hats are fun. You know, a Johnny Jalopy
Loving the
Monster
beanies,
shirt.
guys.
We got the Johnny 5 shirt.
This is
available.
my go-to every day.
We got beanies. We got all kinds of fun stuff. So hit us up. And again, don't forget, new episodes of Full Custom Garage this coming week. Set
Wednesday.
your DVRs. Go watch it live. It's going to be fun. And a big shout out to Ian and Jamie over there in the desert. And of course, Brooks Farrell, the producer. Of Full Custom Garage. And all of you, we appreciate you. Guys, ity-B, big hand ity-B tonight. Kicked butt with your jokes.
Johnny Jalopy, good episode tonight.
Had a lot of fun tonight.
We did.
Had so much fun. And thank you for hanging out with us. So we will see you again next Monday, right?
Yep.
We'll be looking for you.
Stay sketchy.
Stay sketchy.